Hello, everybody, and welcome to another CLNS Patriots Roundtable Super Bowl week. We have already hit Thursday. We are over the hump, getting that much closer to Patriots and Eagles. My name is Alex Barth. I am joined by Marv Azon and Mike Molyneux. Guys, thanks for coming on. We got the post-game crew on today.
The whole crew is here, man. It's a good week. This is the second day in a row with you, Alex. So I'm just excited. Another day closer to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I've been busy all week. Did some stuff with Trags yesterday. Jimmy Toscano kept busy, and that's everything CLNS Media has been doing this week leading up to the big game on Sunday. So we're pushing a lot of stuff out there to keep all the fans interested and well informed on what's going on for sure.
Of course, you can check that all out on our Twitter account at PatriotCLNS and on our brand new website, clnsmedia.com. We got 3 roundtables in the books already, and we've got like Mike just talked about, him, Trags, and Jimmy Toscano. I don't know what show that technically was, but it was very informative, and I highly recommend everybody watch it. Again, the link's on our Twitter at PatriotCLNS. Let's create some new content now, boys, shall we? And let's start with Roger Goodell today. He gave his State of the League address, talked to the media, took his very tough questions that he always takes. The Panini kids went very hard on him. But one of the main topics was the NFL catch rule, and we saw that time in and time out this year. Survive the ground, what qualifies getting your feet in. It was questioned time and time again. Roger Goodell came out today, and he said that they are going to not change the rule, but sure it up more, maybe put in some more language that makes it easier to understand. But the one thing they want to focus on is survive the ground. And I'll start here. I actually like the catch rule the way it is. And I understand that sometimes maybe it takes away plays from a game. Obviously, the Jesse James play comes to mind, but there's no room for interpretation. You know exactly what is and what isn't a catch, as bad as the rule is, and I would rather have it be set in stone than leave the interpretation up to the officials, and then you get a lack of consistency, and it's going to change from game to game based on the crews. How do you guys feel about this?
Alex, I think you're one of the few that actually knows what a catch is. I'm watching I'm watching these games, man, and I have no idea what a catch is. I'm actually in the opposite of you, Alex. I think they should get rid of the survive the ground rule. I honestly don't think, or the way it's worded, how you have to survive the ground and then it becomes a fumble and you still have possession. I think that needs to be gone with totally, and just work on what it means to have a catch. Catch the ball, and if you go down and you can recover your own fumble, then it should be a catch, in my opinion. I don't like to survive the rule at all, survive the ground at all.
I'm with Alex. I feel like the way it's set up right now, in all honesty, it's tough for some fans who have seen the rule take effect and their team be on the losing end of things. I mean, if you're a Patriots fan, you've seen a couple games now where, the Patriots have come out on the winning end and teams suffer because of this rule. But I think what Marv just said, it's just a little too tricky in terms of if you have the ball and you fumble and you're able to recover your own fumble, consider that a catch. That's just a little too tricky, in my opinion. I mean, the way it's set up now, if you can go down with the ball and you have it secured in your hands and it's visible to the referees, it's visible to, to the fans at home, whatever the case may be, I think that determines it right there on the spot. And as tough as the plays have looked, especially last season in the NFL, I think it's fair. You look back at that Jesse James catch, and he caught it. He went down. The ball's out of his hand. He caught it, but as soon as you hit the ground and make contact, if it drops out of your hand, you can't really follow through with a catch like that. That's just in my opinion. I don't feel that
a catch is when you catch the ball, and if you catch the ball and have 2 feet on the ground or you have your knees, that should be a catch right there. I think we all agree.
So what if you catch the ball and then a defensive player hits you and it comes loose and you drop it? How long do you have to possess the ball before it maybe becomes a fumble instead of an incomplete pass?
Standing up, you're talking about that is standing upright and he hits you.
So you think the ground is different than a player?
Yes.
See, I'm in the mindset that outside factors are outside factors, and that you should just, regardless of what's going on elsewhere, there's the process of catching the ball has to go through. Otherwise, you go to what I've heard referred to as the great grandmother rule, where, you know, you have the game on, your 100-year-old great grandmother who's never watched football walks through the room, sees the replay on the TV, and just says, that's a catch or that's not a catch based on the eye test. And I don't want to see the NFL go there, because all these officials do things so differently.
Yeah.
I want them to have a strict set of guidelines they need to follow, because we've seen it with the offsides rule in hockey. We've seen it with the neighborhood play in baseball on double plays. When you let the officials make judgments, we see it with pass interference and catchable and uncatchable balls. When you let the officials make judgments, that's when you really have no clue what's going on. As bad as the rule is now, at least we know. And the players who say, oh, well, I thought there was a catch, they know. I think they know. And they're just trying to cover for themselves. So I think it's never going to be perfect. It's not great right now, but it's as good as you can get it.
I agree with you. I mean, there's two sides of everything in terms of what, you know, Marv is bringing up and then what you're bringing up. But I think at the end of the day, if the league comes out and sets in stone in writing that this is the official rule and this is what we're standing by, whether you want to believe, you know, a catch is made or it isn't made, whatever the rules are in place by the league is what goes. So like you just said, the referees having to come out and make judgment calls right on the spot, you know, it puts a lot of people in a tough position, especially the referees. But again, if you have words set in stone, this is what the league considers a catch, then as much as you want to argue and gripe and say, well, this cost us the game and that play cost us the game, at the end of the day, referees, officials can just go back. This is what the rule is, and this is what we're standing by. So you can't get on my case. Instead of, you know, last couple of seasons was, oh, the referees really screwed up. Now these referees, you know what? I always feel like referees and officials in every sport, I always wish I could find out what their life is like outside of the game, because I feel like, oh man, these guys must go into hidings and whatnot, because they'd have to deal with a lot of stuff coming out of games and tough calls being made. But again, in any sport, if it's the official rule, it's the official rule, and that's what you have to go by.
I mean, there's official rules now. I think what needs to happen, even Goodell's coming out and saying it, it needs to be simplified. We need, like you said, have concrete rules, but have it simplified for the 100-year-old grandma to see it and be like, okay, I get what the referee was saying there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're right now where there's a runner who can just put the football past the pylon and then bring it back and it's a touchdown. But then you get the Calvin Johnson rule where you see it's a catch and it's not a touchdown. So there's too much gray area over there. I think that needs to be fixed.
Well, don't even get me started on the fumbling out of the end zone rule, because that one I think needs to change. I hate that one, but more on that another time. I want to thank our sponsors of today's roundtable, DraftKings.com. Go to DraftKings.com and use the promo code CLNS for free match play. It's also sponsored by Simple Contacts, where you'll be blown away by the quality and ease of use. Go to SimpleContacts.com/Trags. That's TRAGS. Use the promo code TRAGS for $30 off your first order of contact lenses. This segment is also brought to you by RX Bar. RX Bar is a whole food protein bar. What does that mean? Our bars are made with 100% whole ingredients. Support our programming by going to rxbar.com/CLNS and use the promo code CLNS, where listeners will receive 25% off their first purchase.